Good morning. Um, I thought we would do another template from the Crafter's Companion template library. And so we are on number 4, which is the all-in-one envelope card. And this looks pretty interesting to me because it's got, pockets inside. And so, sounds like a good idea to me. I like the look of it. And we will find out, I guess. And I'm not even going to try to mess with glue. I got double-sided tape. That doesn't mean that I think double-sided tape is what you should use. Sometimes double-sided tape is sometimes good, but not always. And sometimes you need glue to hold stuff down. But with the trouble I've been having with glue lately, and I'm just going to do the double-sided tape, and then I'm going to talk to you about my next step with the glue journey here. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with my glue. It's like nothing's working. But anyways, let me get my embossing tool. This is the embossing tool that goes in the Cricut. I like it, and I like the way it fits in these templates. It fits really nice. So what I do, I don't outline my template with pencil. I use an embossing tool. You don't have to erase lines. And I say this before everyone, and I'm sorry for everybody that has to listen to it over and over again, but just in case somebody's new, I want to make sure they understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I do. I don't want to erase, and sometimes maybe it doesn't erase good, or it leaves a little, like an indent where it was if you're not light enough, and all of that. And to me, it's just as easy to emboss it. It's maybe a little bit harder to see the lines on some papers when you cut it. But if you use, usually darker papers for some reason are easier to see. And if the paper has some kind of texture, it's easier to see because you're messing up that texture. I don't want to have to go back and try to erase the lines. And the other thing is, this fits perfect. This one, I don't know that they all do, but this one does. Fits perfect in the line in between. It's like right smack in the middle, and it fits just perfect. And what's good about that is you don't have to worry that you're hitting that right spot on all the spots of the template, so that your card or whatever may be a little bit off because maybe you're on this side of, this side of the line or this side of the line. It's not an issue when you're right smack in the middle every time. So I just give it a good emboss. The other thing is, you've already got your score lines in. But normally what I like to do is emboss it, do the outside lines first, and then come back in, do the score lines and cut lines. So I'm going to do all the outside lines. This time I'm using this bright blue paper, and I don't know if there's no texture to it. So I don't know if it's going to be a good one or not. As far as, is it going to show? So we will see when we pull it up. Okay, now I'm going to look for the score line. So this is the score line here. A long score line. And I use, what I have is the diamond press silicone mat underneath. It's good for, okay, the score line's done. And then here's a score line. See, it says score line. Look for that, because if you start scoring all these matte layer lines, then it's going to be stuck on your paper, right? Because it's embossed in. But that's for matte layers, these inside. So you want the one right underneath where it says score line. And then this is 2 score lines here. And they both say clearly score line, score line. So it's going to be a double score line. And then up here, there's another double score line. And I'm going to get this little dot here. I don't know how I'm going to get it out because I don't know that I have a hole punch. Okay, and then we have score line. Now this is one of those where you're like, which one's the score line? Is this the score line or is this? Because it says glue here, but in small letters it says score line. But clearly if you look, this is a matte layer. So this line is not the one that you want. You want this one, where above where it says score line. So just in case you don't know, that's so you can fold over your glue flap. That's why that says glue. So later on you could easily come back and see, where do I glue it? This is my glue flap here. This is where I glue it. So you want to be careful. If you push hard enough with some papers, it'll rip. And you don't want to do that if you want a nice smooth. I have done it with some of my mats and layers. That little rip, little rough edge. But generally for the card, I don't want that. Now you need to keep this. Don't put this away yet, because you might want to see your glue flaps, what everything is, and make sure that you got it right. So I just stick it back behind where I've got my card that shows you what it's supposed to look like. In their instructions, what can I say about their instructions? First of all, they basically tell you to outline the card, and then it tells you to take it to and score your score lines and your glue tabs, and then it tells you to cut it out, and then it tells you to burnish them, and it just kind of is not real clear sometimes. I've had some cards where I've been like, what am I supposed to do next? Because it's really, they're going to give you 6 steps. That's, and this one says fold mountain and valley folds as shown on the template. Well, this template doesn't show mountain and valley folds. So really, your best bet is the picture. And I don't know that there is mountain and valley folds in this. And it's got a double score line, but I wouldn't think that would be mountain and valley. I'll show you what I think it is. And I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this paper off because I grabbed a 12 by 12 sheet. I might as well get this here while I can see it real good. The light hit that just perfect just now. Okay, I'm going to cut the big paper away before I go into there. So I'm just going to follow my embossed line. And I like to clip away as I go because I don't like the extra paper hanging around. So for me, normally I will clip away. Now someone had, and I mentioned it on another video, someone had said to one of the demonstrators had asked a question, this is on Crafters TV, can't we just emboss it in, through the embossing machine? Yes, you can. But I thought about that, and at first I thought, oh, that's a great idea. Here I've been hand embossing it. But upon further thought, I realized it's also going to emboss your matte and layer lines in there too. So if you don't want those embossed in there, you might not want to do that. So I think I just stick to this. And this is a glue tap, so okay, now I got to get in here. And see this blue paper, I was able to see it. Not perfectly, but I was able to see it a lot better than I can with the white. That's where I have the most trouble, is with the white. The white is a little more harder to see. And I like to use that Crafter's Companion white because it's pretty sturdy and nice, but not always the best thing. So here, it's already cut out. And I have a feeling this is going to be pretty simple. So I think we just fold it once here. It's actually quite a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. Okay. So then we've got the double score line. So to me, we're just going to score that one time this way, and then we're going to go to the other score line, and we're going to score it again the same. And the reason I say that is that now that gives us some thickness because we're going to have the pocket. And we're going to do the same thing with this other double score line. Fold in and fold in. And that gives us, again, thickness. So if it's going to be like this, now we have accounted for some thickness in the pockets. This is pretty small. I really, really like this idea a lot. And I'm probably going to copy it, but on bigger paper because I do like this. The pockets fold over. You're not gluing them on. You're just going to be gluing them here along the score line, but on the inside of the score line. Right, and we're going to fold those in. Probably should fold them in and then fold this. Like I did this one, fold it in, then fold this. And then we'll glue them down by the tabs. But I'm going to use double-sided tape right now. Personally, And I'm gonna, let's see, I want it probably closer to the tab. This here is just the right thickness to be too thick to put twice, but not thick enough to cover the whole thing. So I'm gonna probably go more along the line here. Okay. Kind of burnish it down so I can pull it up easier. This one's pretty simple, and I think I like the general idea of it. Now, I don't think it's a mailable envelope, but I could be wrong. I burnish that and pull it off. There we go. So now some people too are going to want to decorate your pockets before you fold them over. And that can make it easier. It depends on what you like to do. I like to get my project together first, make sure it's worthy. Because I'm like the queen of, oh, things went wrong. So now we have this little bit of cuteness here. So they have a hole in here. And like I said, I don't know. I can punch with this. Just kind of punch it. There we go. And then I would have to trim back here. Look at this little box. I mean, it was just sitting up there. I'm like, it's so cute. Okay. I was watching the Diamond Press preview for, is it the 7th or the 8th? Diamond Press has the Today Special on HSN, and they're doing a multimedia collection of different things, and I can't wait. You know I gotta have that, right? And it's gonna have auto ship and stuff, so. But what really made me happy is they're gonna have glue, and they got these bottles. And there's a pin coming out of the bottle, and in the lid there's another pin that goes inside the bottle, and it kind of snaps on. And so it would kind of be like our fine tip bottles with the pin that we take in and out, but this lid snaps on and that pin's inside there. And I was like, okay, I got to have that. I've got to try that glue and that bottle and see if that works, and go from there and try that, because I'm telling you, I just don't even know anymore. So in the picture, they just got ribbon going through. But first, let's look at some of these matte layers, and let's do some matte layering. And I think I'm going to pull in some black paper. I've got some black paper. So for this one, I need 2. So I'm going to... This is like a pearlescent paper. So I'm going to take my template, and now this is not a die. And a lot of times with dies, you want to do one at a time because you want that die cut look. And I do too a lot of times, because sometimes that die cut look still comes through even with 2. So I'll do that. With these, you're cutting it with scissors anyways. So I need 2 of these. I am going to make sure, let's see. Okay. I'm going to cut 2 at a time. I'm not going to cut just once. I'm going to make sure my piece of paper is big enough. I might waste a little paper this way, but it's going to cut my cut time in half, right? So, I mean, I understand some people can't cut through 2 pieces of paper or whatever, but I'm reducing my cutting in half by doing this. This paper is pretty. I didn't realize when I grabbed it. I was just like, let me use some black paper for my mats. And this is pretty. Okay, so now I got 2. Okay. And then I'm going to want the big mat, right? For these others. So I'm going to need 3 of the big ones. And so, where am I going to put it? Right there. And I want the bigger one, which is going to be the outside one. You know what, I might not even use that black on these ones, because they've only got for 1, and that might end up being my pattern. Okay, so now I need 3 of these. So I can just cut 1. There's 2. And here's going to be 3. And I might as well just go ahead and make sure my things are all lined up and cut it on the line. And your papers do want to move. So you're going to line them up. Keep lining them up, holding tight. Holding tight. That wiggled on me. There we go. Whoop, nope. That moved quite a bit on me. Look at that. That's why sometimes you're better off just doing the 2, because you don't get so much of that. It'll hold firmer. Okay. There we go. So now I got those 3. And these are going to go in the trash. You see that paper? There's pearlescent. In a black, you know, that's just nice, 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 nice. Oh, I might need more, because what about the outside ones? Oh, no. You know what? Maybe it is the outside ones I'll be doing. Maybe these ones. I'll just do this. Just the plain. I don't even know. Look at where I had to shift it. I gotta fix that. Probably should just stick to 2 at a time and not be trying to do the 3. two you're pretty safe with. So we got that. And that's going to work. This is a cute card. It is cute. Just the whole thing of it, the way I don't know, I just think it's cute. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, this is so good. I mean, I've done things like this, but I always just kind of glue those pockets in, and I love that they just fold up. And then you can glue them in and look how quick. I mean, this is just, I've already done the base of the card, so. Now, if you want just, a regular kind of card, then it probably won't work, but, something like this in a bigger size for a swap would be cute, right? I didn't center that very good. I wonder if I can get that. Nope. So I'm going to have to be pretty kind of off-center on all of them then, I guess. If I was really making this for somebody right now, I would be a little bit more careful with this tape. And I would be getting it in the corners and all of that. Like, for the video, I'm just leaving this corner and this corner like this. If I was making it for somebody, I would not, because the corners are going to start. Or at least I'd be afraid that the corners are going to start peeling up. Since I was off on that one, I figured I'd put this one off in the sloppy mats. Very sloppy mats. Man, after my problems with my allergies yesterday, I was so worried about today, but when I woke up, but we didn't end up with wind yesterday like we were supposed to. And so, even though my voice is still really croaky, my head doesn't feel so much pressure in it. So hopefully the wind won't start back up today, because I need a few days to recover. The worst part with my allergies, like they are, is it they get so bad, and then I end up with these sinus infections, and then you really are sick. But that's, part of the thing. I can't hardly see where that goes. But that doesn't fit in there very good. I certainly don't like the way that fits in there. That one's a little better. Why is this one so messed up? They're the same. But this one, it looks more right. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it right in the corner. That'll deal with that. It must be something to do with the way I've cut this. Oh boy, it sounds like wind out there, but I sure hope not. Please don't be wind. This is the way I should have done that one. Was break them pieces and just do smaller pieces and make that turn right instead of putting that tape on top of itself. So I think today HSN is doing their craft day preview, and it's not a full 24-hour craft day. That's like the 28th. So I haven't looked at the schedule, and I probably should, but I am going to get that diamond press, and I am going to get that glue. The today's special mixed media stuff, it's got like screen print stuff, paints and screens, and they got some paste for foiling paste. And so I've been doing the foiling with, like the double-sided tapes and the tacky glue and stuff like that. Well, they're gonna have a paste, like a tacky paste, I think. And I thought, yes, that's what I've been needing for that foiling stuff. And I think, they have extras you can buy and stuff. I think I'm going to stick with the basic kit. There was one thing I thought I might wanted to get extra. I think that might have been like the screen print paint. I can't remember. I bet that's what it was, though. I don't know what difference it'll make, and she didn't do any demonstrations. She just showed the products, and I was hoping she would do some demonstrations. Sarah, for Crafter's Companion. Does she do demonstrations when they do their previews? I thought she did, but I could be wrong. All right. Now, the one thing they show on the picture, no, they don't, actually. I thought they showed a matte layer, but no, that's white, like the color of the card, so they left that the same. Isn't it just cute? It's like a little wallet. I think this would be a perfect swap. I mean, obviously bigger size and a little more room, but that would be perfect. Okay, now I need some paper, and I'm gonna grab some of this paper from Crafter's Companion from a different area than I'm usually getting it from. And let's see what we got. And Vianney did a reveal, unboxing, I guess you would call it, for Spellbinders Next Month kit. And you know, I do love Spellbinders. I don't want to say nothing bad about them because I kind of like that for some reason. Because I do like Spellbinder stuff, but I'm so disappointed in their quick and easy kit now. Ooh, I like that one too. That they took out the dies and stamps is one thing, but I'm looking, even their papers are not the same anymore. So they're doing pieces instead of the full sheets. They're cutting it for you. They're not giving you that gold one anymore either. I don't know. I like that one. That's not my normal thing, but I just like it for some reason. So I'm gonna come back to the stencil, and I'm gonna do the small inside matte and layer. And this paper is a lot thinner than that cardstock was. So I'm going to go gently on it. I don't want the ripped. So I'm just going to go gently. Now, pattern papers, it is harder to see this on. And so I generally go to the back. And on this one, this paper's thin enough. I'm going to do, let me see, one. I'm going to do all three again, but this time it'll be easier because this paper is so thin. Okay, I might as well start cutting it right. I say it'll be easier now you watch. I mess it all up now. So yeah, if you do this and you can't see the embossed, on the side you emboss, turn it over and look and see what the other side looks like, because a lot of times that'll be better. And there. And scoot the stuff out of here. Pick up this trash. Move this out of the way. And I'm still looking at my pictures. So here's the outside part. Let's see if it looks cute or not. I always pay attention, so I don't want it going one way one time, and even though this is probably Oh, that does look pretty, huh? Uh, I like that paper. I can't believe I've never noticed that paper before. It's not my normal kind of colors. I'm a purple person. I like my purples and my violets. And then to me, purple or violet and blue, oh, so pretty. I love that combination. And they are next to each other, right? Like on the color wheel. So, yep. You know, I'm thinking that noise, I don't have my blinds opened right now. And I'm thinking it's raining out there. Now, that may not sound like a big deal to you, but out here we don't get rain. And we've been getting quite a bit of rain. I mean, I even got snow one day. So, yes, in Vegas, it does snow sometimes. Once every other year, every 2 years, or something like that. I mean, it's not unheard of to snow. Even in like the town, in town, not just up in the mountains. I mean, the mountains get snow every year up here, but in town get snow too. I mean, not always where it sticks to the ground, but sometimes my first winter here. I mean, it was April. It was April, and it was cold, and we had just moved here, and we go into town for something. We're at this one intersection, and I'm like, it's snowing. Oh my gosh, it's snowing. That's how cold it was. And I never lived in a place where it snowed before. So I'm like, it's snowing. And I'm telling you, a week later, I know I'm exaggerating, but a week later it was like 120 degrees. Oh my gosh. Craziness out here. It's gotta be rain. I hear it dripping. I don't hear rain. I don't hear it raining, but I hear dripping. So if it's not raining, then something's going on out there with the sprinklers. Something. See, it was still dark when I came in here. That's why I don't have them open. Otherwise, I have them open because I love sunshine. I love the sunlight. I love the daylight. It energizes me. Come on. I am having trouble with this one. Not cut real straight or nothing, but gosh dang, it's cute. It's cute. I love this little cutie. I can't wait to do a bigger one. I might have to figure out all the logistics and all of that to make a bigger one for my sister-in-law and send her some crafty stuff. Cute, cute. Now I want some papers to go on here, and I want to just use this. So should I just do question, do I do the inside mat, the outside mat? Which one do I do? I got another sheet of that somewhere here. I'll tell you what I can do. I got another sheet of this. That's not a problem. But then I gotta find it. But this kind of coordinates with that a little bit. So maybe I'll put this one on the inside since I like that one too. I'm just gonna do 3 more and do these. I'm gonna use the outside one because it's not getting the black mat. See, on pattern paper, it's real hard to see it. So you pretty much got to turn it over and see it on the other side. So let me see if I can just do this. Cut this paper. And see if I can get my 3 cuts out of this one. I think I can. I might have messed that cut up and done it a little bit small. On my head. I'm going to cut these 2 and then I'll see if they'll fit on that. It just fits. See? That's pretty close. There we go. Okay. Trash out. Okay, so now what these will do, and these are very directional, is go down in here. I told you. I was catching on that pocket, so that might help with smoothing out that tab in there too, right? And then that one would go in there. I love it. I love these papers. They're kind of this one's kind of whimsical, right? It's just a little, I don't know. When all the drips drip at the same time, and it's like do 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 do, and they're all doing that. Oh, not funny. I don't know if you can hear it. Uh-oh. I might be hearing the wind trying to pick up, but maybe it's just a car wanting to drive by. Please be a car driving by. See, I can't tell because, like I said, I didn't open the blinds. Is this going long? Yes, it's going long. But I usually don't do all the mats and layers and decorating and stuff. I usually just put them together and say, okay, you know, then you do this to decorate and da-da-da. But this time, this was just so cute. I just really make sure you're not sticking your mat and layer over your score marks. But look at that. So then these would be taped in, which they look like they are now, even though they're not. And fold, and fold, and ribbon through there, wrap it around, tie it. I mean, you could do any kind of closure you want, really. I love it. Look. So, see, that should have been, well, no, that's okay. Yeah. Very cute. This needs a layer or something on it. But anyways, that's it. I'm almost an hour here. So thank you for joining me. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. I hope you'll join me again. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye now.